What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, my name is AkeemHaynes. I'm a two-time Olympian, Olympic bronze medalist, author, motivational speaker, and sports commentator. On my channel, we talk boxing, MMA, track and field, and of course, motivation and encouraging content. If this is something that you enjoy, then I hope that you subscribe to the channel. Now, let's get into the video. Shakur Stevenson versus Robson Conceição. What do we think about this fight? Let's get into it. Let's talk about the young phenom Shakur Stevenson. Shakur is one of the sport's top young talents. I mean, 18 wins, 9 wins by KO. In the world of sports, right, you often see athletes that are compared to other athletes. And I hear it all the time. People say Shakur is the closest thing to Floyd Mayweather in their fighting style. They both hit and have the ability not to get hit. But he's no Floyd Mayweather. And Floyd Mayweather is no Shakur Stevenson. Similarities, yes, but also different. But I can't argue with that comparison. I think it's Shakur's time, and he wants the challenges. He wants the pressure. He wants it all. He wants the moment. He wants the spotlight. Conceição's only loss is coming from when he fought Oscar Valdez, and that was a questionable fight. One can argue that Conceição won that fight, but that's where his loss came from. And Shakur made Oscar Valdez look like he did not belong. Right? And that was supposed to be his toughest test to date. Before that, Shakur Stevenson's toughest test was to be Jamel Herring, and he broke down Jamel every single round and took him out. He had an off night against Jeremiah Nakatila, but still dominated that fight with complete ease. I mean, he won every single round of that fight. Shakur is a thinker. His IQ in the ring is at a very high and elite level, and the adjustments he makes inside the ring, I think, really separates him from many others, right? Often it's a subtle change that you don't really see unless you really dial in, right? Like how he places his foot and pivots it on the inside or the outside to anticipate where his opponent is going to be and anticipate what their next move is going to be next. And he is a step ahead of them before they even get there. He puts himself in the right angles and anticipates where they're going to be and meets them there, right? How he comes forward, but never really puts himself in danger to get hit. His quick reflexes, his movement, his hand speed, his quick counterpunching, and of course, his defensive elusiveness. He has a complete understanding of his ability and he's mentally strong. No one has hit Shakur with their best shot yet. Not that you can't hit him. Every single person can get hit. He'll keep you at distance on his terms. He's a boxer's boxer. And I think the best way to beat Shakur is to make the boxer fight and hope he makes a mistake. Now, Shakur is fighting at home in his hometown in Newark, New Jersey, right? And often that can be distracting as well. And that part actually favors Conceição. Right? He doesn't have to deal with all of the external things away from the ring. So that is something to keep in mind. It's a factor. Do I think it's going to play a big role in this one? Not really, but that's my speculation. It could. It's great to fight in front of the home crowd, but the old stomping grounds can bring a world of distractions and other noise into an already high pressure situation and circumstance. But I'm expecting Shakur to put on a great performance. Let's talk about Robson Conceição, right? The Olympic gold medalist for Team Brazil in 2016, right? He's coming into this one, as I said, with one loss on his record against Oscar Valdez, in which, in my opinion, I thought he won that fight. He wasn't the favorite in that fight, which is why I think Valdez got the win, but I thought Valdez lost that fight. I thought Conceição won that fight, but he's coming into this one with the size advantage. Conceição, he's crafty, he's smart, he's quick, he's adaptable, he's tough. He's definitely confident as well. It'll be interesting to see what the strategy he comes into this fight with against Shakur. Against Oscar Valdez, he boxed him beautifully, right? He countered him well in that fight, used the jab to gauge the distance, and landed the cleaner shots with different combinations and shot selections. He threw jabs up top and then the straight hand to the body. He looked very good and confident in that fight. There were also some shots there where he just missed, and if he would have landed those shots cleanly, man, I think it would have put Oscar Valdez down. Right? When Oscar was on him, he also traded shots back to get him off of him. He made it very tough for Valdez. He didn't lie down. He did not succumb to the moment and to the punching power that Oscar Valdez has and possesses. Whereas when he fought Xavier Martinez early in the fight, he stood in the pocket with him, trade shots. He showed that he's got power too. but he did get clipped to the temple and made a few adjustments and ended up dominating the rest of that fight. So Conceição isn't someone who you should be taken lightly. He's a very formidable opponent, very talented and skilled, and he's got a whole bunch of experience on his side as well. Even though he has all of those things, though, as I just mentioned, he's going to have to take a risk in this fight. You aren't going to outbox Shakur. You aren't going to beat Shakur by playing it safe. He hasn't made many mistakes in his professional career so far. He'll probably never be that undisciplined fighter. If he doesn't take the fight to Shakur, he's going to be in for a long night, and Shakur is going to dictate the pace of this fight all night, and he's going to have his way. Conceição tends to let his hands down at moments in every round. Shakur is explosive enough to see that, to anticipate that, and capitalize on that. If Conceição can dictate the pace and the exchange of this fight, I think he'll have a better shot at winning, but he has to take the risk. But if he lets Shakur come forward and impose his will early on this fight, it won't be good for Conceição as this fight goes on. If Shakur comes in and he starts reaching for the knockout and feeds into the crowd, home crowd advantage, he's going to want to put on a show. But if he feeds more to the crowd and trying to force his shots and trying to force the knockout, Conceição will make him pay. But I don't think that will be the case. I think Shakur Stevenson will fight a Shakur Stevenson fight, and that's control the pace of the tempo and eliminate his opponent's momentum. Conceição needs to take it to him, take some risks, try and force some mistakes, and hopefully capitalize off that. If it does happen, I don't think Shakur will look through Conceição. I think he will go in and make sure that he is focused and dialed in. And I just don't see Shakur making too many mistakes in this fight. I always watch the history of a fighter to see what they do. And Shakur Stevenson is disciplined. He doesn't make many mistakes, and he knows what he needs to do. And he's not going to try to be something that he's not. He's very disciplined in that manner. I have Shakur Stevenson winning this fight by unanimous decision. What are your thoughts on this fight? Who do you have winning? Let me know in the comments section below. I'm looking forward to this fight. I'm going to actually be there for the fight, so I'm looking forward to seeing it live. If you would like to support the channel, there's a couple ways you can do so. You can like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to support by way of donation, you can find options in the description below. So with all that being said, if you've been watching the video this long, then do me a favor and subscribe to the channel, and we'll definitely see you next time.